Hello all, Jeff here with a new video, with a video telling you that Assetto Corsa, as in the original Assetto Corsa, is now on Xbox Game Pass. So if you've got the Xbox Game Pass subscription, you're thinking, what is this game? I'm interested to see what it's like. So for those that have got Xbox Game Pass and don't know what sim racing is, well, Assetto Corsa is a sim racing title. Sim racing being realistic, being a realistic racing game. And if you've recently downloaded Forza Motorsport 7 as part of Xbox Game Pass, this is a completely different experience. It's definitely a lot more realistic. A steering wheel is recommended on this game. However, if you've only got a controller, that's going to be enough to get you going in Assetto Corsa, and it's actually going to give you a nice little instance into what sim racing is all about. Now, in regards to the cars, well, there's plenty of variety here. You got the GT3s, which most of them are on Assetto Corsa Competizione, but you've also got GDE cars like the Corvette C7R and the Porsche RSR. You've also got Formula 1 cars in this game as well. Now, most of these are the classics from the 60s and the 70s, but you've also got some modern Ferraris in there as well. Sadly, those modern Ferraris are paid DLC, so if you're prepared to spend a little bit of money on driving those cars, you can. If not, so be it, but still, you've got plenty of choice there. You've also got some Group C prototypes, as in the Le Mans prototypes from the 1980s as well, such as the Mercedes C9 and the Mazda 787B. While both are in the same class, both are very, very different to drive. And not only that, the modern LMP1 prototypes are in this game as well. However, all of them, like the modern F1 cars, are paid DLC, so if you are prepared to spend a little bit of money to get access to those cars, you can. Another addition that this game has, is 1990s DTM cars, or German touring cars. So you've got the Mercedes 190E, the BMW M3, and the Alfa Romeo 155. It's not just that, you've got road cars in this game as well, old and new. So you can play around with like something like the Lamborghini Aventador SV, or getting something very old like the Ford GT40. You've also got the Tatus, which is basically an unlicensed version of a Formula 3 car, so that's pretty cool as well. And plus there's some oddities like the Scuderia, Glickenhaus and the Praga as well. So there's plenty of cars for you to play with. There's also some drift cars here as well, so you're aware. So if you're into your drifting, why not try it out? Because there's plenty of online lobbies for drifting in this game that you'll be able to find. So that's a huge plus there. In regards to Porsche, yes, Porsche is in. Almost all of them are paid DLC, just so you know, but for some reason the Cayenne, Macan and Panamera are in the base game, which is very weird, but anyway. All Toyotas are paid DLC in the game, so maybe Assetto Corsa came out in 2016, so maybe this was around about the time where Toyota's like, we don't want to support non-Japanese game developers for a while. I'm only speculating, of course, but maybe that is the case. In regards to tracks, you got favourites such as Spa, Silverstone, Monza, Nürburgring and Nordschleife. Pretty much every single layout of the current Nürburgring, whether that's GP, Nordschleife or the short circuit, are here. You also got Laguna Seca, Mugello, Zandvoort and Imola. You've also got Vallelunga, which you don't see in many racing sims at all. And there's only one DLC track in the entire game, and that is the Red Bull Ring. And there's some fictional tracks such as Black Cat, Maggioni, and Highlands, which are very, very popular in the online lobbies. Whether that's just a chilled out track day or a drift lobby, they generally revolve around those tracks. So the driving experience, well, there's many different game modes you can do. So if you can't find an online lobby just to racing, let's be honest, I was looking for online lobbies the last couple of days, and they are just a lobby to race in, to do circuit racing. They're very, very hard to find, so I'll just put it out there. But in regards to doing stuff on your own, well, there's plenty there to get you started in sim racing you know, even though it's not ideal that you can't race online most of the time on Xbox, you got plenty there to play with some realistic driving physics if you're doing this for the first time. So you got championships with the AI. You got special events such as hot lapping, so like getting the fastest time possible, or doing a race with the AI, which gives you like gold, silver, bronze medals, etc. Pretty much like the Gran Turismo gold system. And they're very challenging. It's very much like the old Gran Turismo games where the challenges are actually challenging, whereas you go to GT Sport and, you know, they're relatively easy compared to the old games. So that's what I've been doing most of the time on AC since it's come to Game Pass, mainly because I can't really find a racing lobby. But you've also got the usual, like just doing hot lapping on your own, just to improve on your own, no rewards or anything like that. Single races, race weekends as well. Online lobbies, as I said, most of them are chilled out track days or drift lobbies. You may be able to find some circuit racing lobbies. What I have found, like out of the lobbies that I have done, most of them I've disconnected as soon as the race starts. I don't know whether that's their internet connection or mine. Hard to tell, but in the same sense, I've never had that experience where I disconnect straight away whenever I play this on PlayStation. Now, as I said before, a wheel is recommended here. So if you do have a wheel floating around that works on Xbox One or Series X, go for it. But what I did find was, with my Logitech G923, which I got hooked up to the Xbox, many of the buttons are not programmable. You cannot map certain things to some of the buttons on the wheel, like the dial and the plus minus buttons. You can't map anything to those buttons. The Xbox just thinks it's just a random wheel, and that's mainly because that wheel's only just come out. Assetto Corsa came out in 2016. If you've got a wheel like the Thrustmaster TX or the older Logitech G920, you're sweet. You should be able to map something like any button on those wheels. Just with the newer wheels, the old AC doesn't know what it is. Obviously on PC, that's a completely different story. In regards to that, unlike the PC version of Assetto Corsa, there are no mods available on console, sadly. But so if you were thinking of getting AC on PC, well, and to get the mods, well, the PC version is for you. But if you just want the console version for the driving experience, and you've got Game Pass already, go for it. You'll have a lot of fun with this. Even if it's just driving on your own, it's just a good thrill to get the perfect lap, to do the perfect race, and it's going to put you in good stead if you actually do want to think about expanding more in regards to sim racing, giving other titles a go. Assetto Corsa is definitely a title you should have a go at, because it's going to get you kick-started in proper sim racing. And Forza, there's definitely some sim aspects about it, but it's not a full sim. Assetto Corsa is. The driving experiences you experience in this game are very, very realistic, and those on PC swear by this, and it just shows with the community on PC, so many people play it. People are still making mods. There's even paid mods available, obviously not here on console, but nonetheless the driving physics are pretty much the same as they are on PC, so you will have an absolute ball with this. Even if you're spinning every single lap, just putting down a good lap, if you've never done sim racing before, you do get chuffed about it. Like even me, like some of the hot lap challenges, I do struggle with, especially with the Grid C prototypes, because there's so much power. But once you get a lap right, once you get a race down, it's very rewarding. So yeah, if you're thinking about giving this a shot and you've got Game Pass, absolutely give this a shot. See what you think. It's nothing compared to what you would expect on Forza. You're definitely gonna have to work to do some laps and some races. Be prepared to sweat as well, because it's very, very hard to keep many of these cars on the track. So yeah, there you have it. So if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. leave a comment, let me know what you think, let me know if you've actually given Assetto Corsa a go since you've had your Xbox Game Pass subscription, and if you want to see more of my content, maybe consider subscribing and tapping the notification icon. Anyway, this is Jeff here, and happy racing. Cheers, and goodbye.